I'd like to welcome all of you to class today. As you're looking at the PowerPoint in Canvas, you can see that today is a revision day. We're going to be revising your mini prompts. So I took all of the students to the lab where they printed all the responses. You will need to do that at home so you can follow along with the activities in the PowerPoint. In class, we did three things. The first one, we talked about the ePortfolio. There are 3 videos I would like you to watch on the next slide. Here are the videos. There are some questions you can see on the right-hand side of this PowerPoint. As you watch the video, please record the answers to those questions in your academic notes. Between now and the next time, or a week from Tuesday, you are going to set up your ePortfolio using Digication, and the third video will show you how to access Digication. That third video is on the previous slide. You're not going to actually start your ePortfolio, but you will be prepared so that when we talk about it again a week from Tuesday, you have already set up an account. If you have questions on that, just pause each of those videos on the previous slides. You can also go to the campus and they have helpers in their labs to help you work on your ePortfolio, putting it together. We spent some time today answering questions about your upcoming observation essay, which will be due a week from today on Thursday. It will be submitted in to Turnitin. Here are some of the examples of essays that you have hard copies of. And we just kind of talked about using the rubric, some strengths and weaknesses of them, or questions that they have about their observation essay. You will make sure that your draft is ready to go, a really good draft on Tuesday when you come to class. The other thing is you need to print a hard copy of that draft. We will not go to the lab to do so. The main part of class today, we talked about revision. We're learning a lot of different strategies to revise. This slide and the next few slides talk about ways we can look at a picture and then look at it again and see something new. I've looked at this Dorothea Lange image several times in my life, and about a year ago, when I was looking at it again, I finally realized there's another person sitting in the truck with this man. What does that have to do with writing? We can put something on paper and then go back and look at it again and find a complete new topic that we can use with it, an angle, the way we begin it. There's just so many different ways we can, if we look at the same thing again, we'll find a new way to see something new. Each of these are images where you can switch back and forth and see different things. This one is a young woman versus an old woman. This is a saxophone player versus a woman's silhouette. And this is an elephant whose legs seem to move when you stare at the image. And now we're getting into revision with this slide. I told the students that this is where we make good writing great, poor writing good. The majority of the time in the writing process should be spent on revision. I had each of the students go to their printed responses, 5 of them, and pick an essay response that they felt they had only touched the surface with the response, and using post-it notes, pull out a post-it note, and on that post-it note jot down some ideas of other things that you could move beyond the tip of the iceberg with this topic and delve into it more in depth and more interestingly for your reader with additional information. Write what that would be on the post-it note and then put it on the essay that it refers to. On this one, it's still the same image, but it links to a video. The video is an hour long, but you'll notice in the teacher notes on this video that we're only looking at 5 minutes of it. It interviews 2 professional writers, Amy Tan and Maxine Kong Kingston. Both of them talk about the role that revision plays in their writing process. On this slide, we talked about some of the bullet points of what is revision. And the first thing we did with another sticky note is read Lisa Bickmore's essay revision is rewriting. That is all. You can click on the link and go to that essay. Once you are in her essay, I would like you to pick a strategy. She has a whole bunch of them. Pick a strategy that she uses and then go to a different prompt, and using that strategy, how could you approach that prompt in a different way? Record your information on the sticky note and put it on that essay. Here's some additional information. Please read these bullets about revision as well. On this activity, you're going to grab some more sticky notes, and it's pretty self-evident. You're going to pick which essay you like best and why you not like best, which you consider your best work, and write why that essay is the best of all of them and put it on that response. The second one is to consider the one you actually enjoyed writing and why you enjoyed writing it. The third one, what you didn't enjoy writing and what was it about that piece that you didn't enjoy. And finally, the last one is which one needs the most revision to be a great piece of writing and what you could do to make it a lot better. So by the time you get through with this, there might be more than one sticky note on a prompt. This response, this slide is what I tell students to do when they are revising. So let's say you have 3 hours of revision time. You want to start with internal revision first, content, and then move to expression, then move to mechanics, and then format. Unfortunately, most students just do the opposite. They get the format right, but the content is lousy. This is a book that many college students purchase. It's called Elements of Style. It teaches you lots of strategies to have better writing style. There's a video that discusses style. Please click on the video and watch it. There are things we can do to edit papers. It's another form of revision, but it's a ladder form. Here's a simple image that you've probably seen multiple times where if the comma taken out, we have a completely different meaning of let's eat grandma rather than let's eat grandma. The one on the right is a Utah blunder where the state spent $1 million because they left the comma out between pretty and great on the original billboards and merchandising packaged brochures to send out to people before the 2002 Olympics. These are editing links of great resources to help clear up any flaws you might have with writing that, for example, who versus whom. One that I need to look at again because they keep changing the rules is when do we spell out numbers versus when do we write them in numerical form. Those links will solve a lot of the questions you will have as you get ready to do a final draft on your essay between Tuesday and Thursday. The next, on the right-hand side, these are things that drive me insane about essays. So look over those and make sure you don't have those problems in your paper. And then this one, another one, is active versus passive voice. Finally, what I would like you to do next time is have a printed rough draft. You will be getting into groups with your peers and getting some meaningful feedback on ways you can improve the content, the internal part of your essay, some of the things we talked about today, so that you have a good observation essay by next Thursday. But remember, this printed rough draft is something you bring to class with you on Tuesday. So that is all I have. Thank you for listening to this response, and keep up with us away from class.